if I'm mad, I can go Hulk and smash. You can get all my raps, better not cross my path. I'm just mad, I'm big, mad. We stay mad, cause we mad.
Good evening, everybody. You're tuned into the Mad Ones live reaction. I'm your boy Boogaloo Jones, the host with the most, man. And today, man, we finna go over this prison thing. You know, a gang war done jumped off in the Georgia prison that left 3 people dead. Really messed up situation. And the reason I'm coming, you know, one of the little dudes was my boy Real Spill, little cousin. So that's one reason I'm covering this. But yeah, I'm going to get into this, man. A war done broke out between the GDs and the Bloods in the Georgia prison. They left 3 people dead. The fucked up part, one of them just about to got out in like 2 days. He ended up getting killed before he get out. And like, all hell break loose. We gonna get into this. The family did a good job of covering it. But let's get to it, man.
He wins when the family feud.
Them boy got machete and shit.
Brother, that shit, you know how I come to the bitch. Got the streets in the lock, I cover that shit. Got the bottom of my hand, I can't fumble this shit. I put no cut on this shit, I pop her ass to get me low. She gon' put me like a feast to work, I hope I keep it player. I trip on me right now, I'm missing car, wishing that.
Organized crime operation, and it's happening right here in Central Georgia.
3 inmates are dead and a correctional officer injured.
Now hitting me, how dangerous it really was.
What about this? They did this, man. Them folks tried to get at somebody in the visitation room, man. The folks overpowered the guard and took the keys when them folks were doing visitation. Come on, man, but you can't make this up.
Held off when she saw guards bolt out of the visitation area Sunday afternoon, leaving 1 female officer inside.
Something going on. We heard very loud, almost yelling coming from the walkie-talkies. You could hear her say, "Don't open that door, you can't come in here."
Shouting, telling them to get out. The witness says the group overpowered a guard, taking his keys to then break into the visiting room.
The prisoners that were trying to come through the door were right behind her, hot on her heels, because there's blood and weapons, and they just busted through a door.
On bus station where they were set to have a family reunion on Wednesday. They had it all planned out. Jimmy Trammell, he was going to be released from that prison in Washington County, catch a bus here to this Greyhound bus station and start his new life. But he was killed before his release.
Sometimes I think we underestimate doing a crime and going to jail. There's no guarantee you coming home. Once you get in it, it's a world in itself. Inside this world, we heard plenty of stories that can go either way. We heard people with a little bit of time say that's the most dangerous when you're around people serving 15 plus in life. We heard some people say with 15 plus years, they made it out unscratched. Like I say, it can go either way. But today, we got a case where multiple inmates was killed on the same day during the same altercation. 1 inmate was set to be released less than 48 hours before he was killed, but we'll later identify. It seems it's a bigger problem that's attached to an even bigger problem in our prison systems. Well-known documented gangs inside the chain gang. Some was members before incarceration. Some was after. Some joined for protection. And for some, that's all they know. In this video, we're going to highlight the 2 well-known gangs that's a part of this story, who seem to got into a brawl that quickly escalated inside a jail that we'll later identify, that had inmates brawling that wasn't even a part of both gangs. Some would say the gangs we'll later identify as no strangers to these type of riots in recent history. As mentioned in this video, we're going to talk about that problem that became public, the victims who lost their lives, speak on how they got incarcerated, and of course, pay our respects in the process. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. 3 are dead, and a dozen hospitalized after violence at Georgia's Washington State Prison on Sunday, January 11, 2026. Now, for those who are wondering, Washington State Prison is often called WSP, Davisboro, Georgia, a rural Washington County. 1991 it opened, with the security level being close security. Houses some of Georgia's most dangerous inmates, with the capacity of 1,500 inmates, as we all know, managed by Georgia's Department of Corrections. WSP is considered one of Georgia's most violent state prisons, especially during peak years of gang conflict. After doing my research, Georgia DOC intelligence and court filings have repeatedly identified active gang structures inside WSP. Two were later identified for this story. Gangster Disciples, GD, Bloods, Crips, Ghostface Gangsters, GFG, White Supremacist Gangs, and independent street crews aligned with larger organizations. Now, key facts is that the gangs control contacts, phones, and weapons. Green light orders, hits, are often coordinated inside prison but carried out both inside and outside. Many gang conflicts at WSP are tied to street beefs, especially from Atlanta, Macon, Savannah, and Augusta. 4 months ago, they tried to expose the recent uprising drones dropping off drugs.
I had somebody I know that went down now to got their ass caught up trying to throw something over a goddamn fence in one of these damn prisons. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. But anyway, yeah, they been doing that. I know a mother had me there one time. My cousin was in prison talking about ride down there and throw something over the fence. And you done lost your goddamn mind. Man, I'm not gonna ride down there and try to throw nothing over no damn fence. I ain't no damn fool. They no folk don't be around them damn prisons. You crazy as hell. R.I.P. to my cousin. I never forget that shit. He had me do that shit one time. I cut his ass out. But
Georgia. Washington County Sheriff says they are battling a sophisticated criminal network operating all around the state. Nearly half of the suspects in Sheriff Joel Cochran's county jail are charged in drone operations. Hunter King explains to us how Sheriff Cochran says groups use the drones to smuggle contraband into the state prison.
Washington County's sheriff says they respond to drone activity near the state prison almost every other week. Sergeant C.J. Davis describes what they find.
Marijuana, tobacco, methamphetamine, clothing, food, phones.
Davis has worked at the sheriff's office for 8 years. He arrested 4 suspects in October during a drone drop operation. Deputies recovered a drone, controller, cellophane wrapped packages, and a phone.
One car was actually the driver car of the drone and the illegal contraband, and one car was actually the drone pilots, as you so to speak.
The operations involve people from different parts of the state. Sheriff Joel Cochran says gangs run these criminal networks from inside Georgia prisons. He says the contraband phones enable inmates to commit crimes from their cells.
They're running scams from this jail. Coordinating it.
Real in them prisons, man. And they can get you fucked up out here on the streets, too. You know what I'm saying? I remember the episode when I talked to my partner who down there, but you know, he run a gang line and, hey, man, listen, before we get you touched from in there all the way to your house, they're going to leave it at that. Let's get it.
With drugs, intimidating witnesses.
The sheriff's office has made arrests in 17 drone drop cases this year. He says 74 of the 170 inmates in the county jail face charges related to this. That's 44% of jail population.
This is a huge operation being run from within the Georgia State Prison facility.
He says only 2 Washington County residents have faced arrests in these cases over the past 5 to 6 years. The sheriff says most suspects come from other parts of Georgia. Reporting in Washington County, Hunter King, 13, WMAZ News.
Now, during the holidays, this same jail had went viral after a clip has surfaced to the public of what seemed to be another gang dispute.
Well, that nigga, that got a whole machete in there. God damn. And I had a knife, the other nigga had like a whole machete. Buddy got his bump. He trying to make sure he don't get stuck. And he got the mattress like a shield. Look at this nigga. Man, look at this shit. Man, the man got a whole goddamn sword. Man, y'all see this man got a whole damn sword in his hand. Like a damn samurai. They hold them mats like shields, man. If you get stuck on the melody, Brother had a whole damn what you call it?
Possibly involved is a gang member who promotes drugs, phones, basically contraband, while incarcerated on social media. He's also an aspiring rapper, and according to his transcript, a gangster disciple, also known as a GD. His real name, Teddy Jackson, 27 years old. His rap name is Two Clips Take Away the C with a K. He's known for doing music videos, or at least thrillers, while inside Washington County Prison.
Why they don't trust them? Demon child, nigga. Hey, shit all facts, nigga. Free God. Hey, look, before I pay for me a drip, bitch, I go do that shit myself. Niggas hold the ones ain't never do me nothing. Any time I had to drop, I let my youngin' DJ jump. Niggas fucking can't score. I think he time them niggas pump. Do I know look like my home? Don't know about throw, but I got trying to get a taste that on me. I got five mamas wonder why I ain't welcome. I was locked inside that box. I had to jam my dick with lotion. I put no cut on this shit. I pop her ass to get me loaded.
And see, that be the sad part, man. They got 5 baby mamas. Wonder why he wasn't no condom. Man got 5 kids. At 20, God damn, boy. You wasn't playing. Hey, R.I.P. the little dude, man. He was all right on the little rapping thing.
She gon' put me like a freeze to break off. I keep it player. I got drip on me right now. I'm missing Carl with Chanel. And she blind and
we're still cousin of the blood boy who died. Not him.
In the streets, I get my man talking about I know shit. Get so close, I shake your hand. He was talking, now he got a husband. I put the gas to the floor and I put out. Told my mama ain't no more. I know what to put out.
For the last 6 years, Teddy been locked up. Around 27 years old since 21. He was arrested in 2019 alongside 4 other individuals inside a Macon home on the 2800 block of Blunt Street. The Bibbs County Sheriff's Office said both the men were felons and had firearms in their possession. It was around 3:40 p.m. Deputies went to the home to serve warrants on 21-year-old Teddy Dwayne Jackson. When
y'all don't know, Macon is the murder capital of Georgia. Bibb County was shouted from. Just give y'all a little something if y'all don't know nothing about Georgia. It's gangbang capital down now.
These arrived, they found 4 other males in the house with Jackson. According to them, they located 4 firearms along with drugs in the residence, and all 5 subjects were taken into custody at the time. At the moment, they didn't have a bond, but eventually they did. Jackson went on a run. He was eventually apprehended 2 months later. He was taken to Bibb County Jail and charged with 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, 3 counts of aggravated assault, criminal use of an article with altered ID mark, and possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, and probation violation. And unfortunately, Jackson, he was one of the individuals who was allegedly a part of the GD side against the Bloods, who got into an altercation and lost his life. May he rest in peace. Another alleged member was a guy named Jimmy Lee Tramp.
No.
He was older, 42 years.
It's the sad part. Buddy supposed to get out in 2 goddamn days. You know, went in there and got in the middle of this shit and got killed, man. Rest in peace to him, man. I seen his brother, man. His brother was on like the Hood Anchor News, man. He say he done lost his other 2 brothers and he just lost this one. But you can't make by this shit sad, bro. Damn, man. They shouldn't even have him in the dorm. They had him 2 more days left. Should have had him somewhere else.
Years old, as mentioned, allegedly a part of the GDs. He been locked up since 2012, 13 years ago, for burglary in the 1st degree. He was set to be released on January 14th, 2026. According to Jimmy Aunt, he was transferred to Washington State Prison recently ahead of his scheduled release Wednesday. She said the warden had called Tramel's brother late Sunday to tell him that Tramel had been fatally stabbed in a fight. May he rest in peace, and love and condolences to his family. Unofficial word of his death had already reached the family from an inmate with a contraband cell phone. Now the 3rd victim in his prison hide was Ahmad Hatcher.
Now this Spill cousin right here, little dude right here, little blood boy.
Just 23 years old. Hatcher was serving 20 years for aggravated assault in Richmond County. May he rest in peace, and love and condolences to his family. It was alleged that he allegedly joined the Bloods gang. Apparently, all 3 died as mentioned, as a fight broke out at Washington State Prison at around 1:30 p.m. on Sunday. The press release said the staff tried to clear the visitation area, after the altercation started. Apparently, this happened in front of several family members, which intensified the fight. No visitors were injured during the brawl, but according to the press release, the disturbance was under control after an hour and a half, 3 p.m. The GDC said 14 additional people, 13 inmates and 1 correctional officer were injured during the fight. 11 prayers stay away.
Investigation is underway tonight as 3 inmates are dead and a correctional officer injured. That's after an altercation at the Washington State Prison Sunday night. The men and the prison are on the screen behind me right here. Ahmaud Hatcher, Jimmy Trammell, and Teddy Jackson died in what officials believe was a gang-related fight. Hatcher was serving 20 years related to an aggravated assault from here in Richmond County. Jimmy Trammell was serving 20 years for first-degree burglary out of Fulton County, and Teddy Jackson was serving 10 years for aggravated assault in Bibb County. Maggie Fitzgerald reports from the Washington State Prison tonight.
Inside Washington State Prison, a Sunday brawl left 3 inmates dead and families searching for answers. But an eyewitness telling us today it all happened inside the prison's visitation area, where she says a group of inmates burst through the door, bloodied and armed, leaving visitors scrambling.
It's really just now hitting me how dangerous it really was, how much worse it could have been.
Tonight, an eyewitness says it all happened in seconds. A routine Sunday visit with a loved one at Washington State Prison turning into a nightmare. The witness asked to remain anonymous for her safety, but she says something felt off when she saw guards bolt out of the visitation area Sunday afternoon, leaving 1 female officer inside.
Something going on. We heard very loud, almost yelling coming from the walkie-talkies. You could hear her say, "Don't open that door, you can't come in here."
Shouting from the guard, first directed at inmates deeper into the facility, then to visitors, telling them to get out. The witness says the group...
What the hell are 1 female officer gonna do with a group of niggas? Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better. That's how Brian Nichols escaped. Y'all had that damn woman escorted, took her goddamn gun, and blew everybody's head off in there. Look, boy, you can't make this stuff up.
Overpowered a guard, taking his keys to then break into the visiting room.
The prisoners that were trying to come through the door were right behind her, hot on her heels, because there's blood and weapons, and they just busted through a door. They're standing between us and our loved ones.
The riot-style attack left 3 men dead, including 23-year-old Ahmaud Hatcher. Hatcher's family says they are demanding answers and accountability, claiming he had warned his mother about unsafe conditions inside the prison.
A piece of my heart just was torn out of my chest. He was scared of his life. They were a cause of my son to get killed because they wasn't doing their job.
And Sheriff Joel Cochran says the scene was secure and all inmates were accounted for by 6 p.m. on Sunday. The GDC is investigating.
As we said at the very beginning, it's a world in itself inside this world, fam. When you step into them prison walls, 4x4, nothing but concrete, it hit different. And the facts are this: we talked about a young man who was in his early 20s, serving 20. A man who served 13 from a 20-year sentence, expected to be released in just 2 days. Then he lose his life. A man who served 7 of his 10 years, who looked like he was living well in jail, loses his as well. No expiration date. And in jail, no such thing as running. I'm sending 11 prayers to everyone who was affected by this story. Once again, rest in peace to the victim. Fam, this was the latest story of a jail in a rural area in Georgia that housed some of the most violent inmates you can think of. Had went into a riot between 2 gangs that couldn't be controlled until almost 2 hours in a confined area while in front of visitors, leaving 3 dead.
You mean tell me these folk were fighting and stabbing each other for 2 hours before y'all got this shit under control? Yeah, there's some lawsuits coming. There's some lawsuits coming for y'all ass. Let me say this, man. This is a lesson to you young niggas, though, man. Just because you take your ass to prison don't mean you're going to make it back home all the time. You know what I'm saying? My partner died in prison, you know what I'm talking about, and because his roommate got high on meth and just stabbed and killed them for no reason. So, yeah, that's just a message to you young nigga, man. Do something else with your life. Just because you go to prison don't always mean you're going to make it back. And y'all already know how the streets play. You know what I'm saying? So do something else with your life if you can. Try your best to, you know what I'm saying? And if you do got to go down the road, mind your business. They got civilian parts. Get in your civilian parts. Stay away from that gang shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't built like that, or you feel me? Or don't need to be in the mix of that shit. You feel me? But yeah, man, R.I.P. to all them jokers, man. Especially the dude that was finna get out in 2 days. I feel worse for him. Because after I seen his brother, he talking about that shit, he done lost all 3 of his brothers. That shit sad, bro. And they lost their mama while he was locked up. That shit sad. And to the young cat, the little GD dude, man, that's sad. You got 5 kids. Now they ain't got no daddy. And to spill little cousin, the little blood dude, hey man, let's hear. Just R.I.P. man to these folks, man. But I'm Boogaloo Jones. It was a Mad Ones live reaction, man, and I'm about this thing. Peace out.